Hi, I'm Derek Spears. Welcome to this film on how to assemble your Cooke Lewis cabinets. In this film, I'm going to show you how to assemble the 925 base cabinet. Here's a tip for you. When you've opened your box, use the cardboard as a base to build your cabinet on. This helps protect the panels. In your box, you'll find an assembly guide for a 925 base cabinet. Please follow the assembly guide very carefully, step by step, because if you don't, you will have problems building this cabinet up. Please read the important information before you start, and there is hardware, legs, minimum tools required, and the panels. The panel numbers referred to correspond to those in the assembly guide. The 925 base cabinet contains more panels than a standard base cabinet. You may wish to view this film a few times before you start your assembly. And don't forget, you can call our helpline if you require further assistance. So this on the list is panel number 2. It has a 19mm groove. The next panel is panel number 3, which has holes pre-drilled in the edge. Then you have a standard end panel, panel number 2. This is the small part of your shelf, which is panel number 11. And this is the small panel on your base, which is panel number 6. Have a small front rail, which is panel number 9. Then you have a thick back panel, which is panel number 4. Your long back rail, which has a groove in it, and this is panel number 7. Your long front rail, which is panel number 8. This is your large part of your shelf system. This is panel number 10. Base panel for your cabinet, which is panel number 5. And then you have your back panel, which is panel number 12. In this box here, you have your hardware and your legs. Your hardware pack consists of 22 cams, 22 quick lock metal dowels, 19 wooden dowels, 39 15mm screws, 2 30mm screws, 3 50mm screws, 4 L brackets, 6 shelf supports and 2 metal plates, as well as 7 leg bosses, 7 legs and 3 plinth clips. For safekeeping, keep all the parts in the cardboard box. I'm now going to insert my cams, my metal and wooden dowels into the panels as required. I'm now going to insert my cam, making sure that the arrow is pointing towards the hole on the edge of my panel. So place it in like so. And taking my quick lock dowel, pushing it into the hole, making sure it is fully inserted. So ensuring that the arrow is pointing towards the outside edge, insert your cam and then fully insert the metal dowel like this. Now insert your wooden dowels. If you find it difficult to push the wooden dowel in, just take a hammer and gently tap. So that's the last of the cam and dowels fitted. I'm now going to start building my unit up. So I need to find panel number 1, which is my left-hand side panel, and lay it out on my cardboard here. So this is panel number 1, and following the assembly guide, I lay it down so that the groove is away from me. I now insert my long front rail, ensuring that the cam is towards the front of the unit The quick lock dowel works when the cam is turned between 12 and 2, 2 being the maximum. You will see that the metal plastic sleeve expands. This gives you a tight fit in the whole of your end panel. Repeat this for the rest of the panels, then you're ready to actually start assembling the cabinet. The beauty of this fitting is if you need to take the unit to pieces to alter it in any way, you just undo the cam and the fitting comes out. Take the parts out of there and reinsert them back into your rail. Once you've altered the unit as you need to, you put your panel back in and again retighten the cam, and that's the fitting nice and strong. I slide my back rail into position, making sure that the cams are away from me and the groove is towards the groove like that. And again tighten the cams and take my base panel and putting it into position, again groove to groove. Taking the large back panel, I slide that into the 2 grooves here and into the groove in my panel at the bottom. Okay, so now move to step 3 on my assembly guide, which is fitting panel number 3. Now panel number 3 is the one with the holes in the front edge. So I turn it round so the holes are towards me. And then tighten the cams up. 2 on the bottom, 1 on the front rail and 2 on the back rail. Turning my assembly guide over, I now see that I have to turn my unit onto its back. This is the back. So spin it round. And as you can see, I'm using cardboard to keep the panel protected. I now fit panels number 6, 4 and 9. This is panel number 9 and you fit that here. And again, tighten the cam up as you go. Now I'm going to fit panel number 4, which is this one here. This goes into panel number 3, which is your side panel. And again, you tighten that one up, making sure that the arrows goes from 6 o'clock round to no more than 2 o'clock. And taking the small base panel, I now fit that in here. Cams are always to the outside. Tighten it up. So now taking the remaining side panel, which is my right hand side panel. This is the one with the 19mm groove in it. I fix it to my front rail, my base and my thick back panel. Knock it down and tighten it up. That is my 925 corner unit assembled. I'm now going to turn it onto its top so I can fit the legs. I've got the unit turned over now. I'm going to put my shelf together prior to inserting it into the unit. It's a good idea to fit your shelf before you put the work surface on this unit. To make sure that you don't get the cam showing on the top side of your shelf, if you have the long shelf like this with the holes in this edge here, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, that corresponds with the cams in my smaller shelf. Put the 2 parts together and tighten up. And all that's left to do before you fit your shelf is to put your 2 metal plates on the bottom here. And fix it down. This shelf requires 6 shelf supports, and that's what they look like. They go into the unit like that, and then you just pull them down. So I'm going to insert mine into the middle holes. So taking my shelf, I insert it into my unit like this. And then dropping it down, it sits on my shelf supports like that. I'm now going to fit my remaining 4 L brackets. I'm going to fit one here, here and here, and one for the work surface there. So that's my 925 corner base cabinet completed, ready to put into the corner prior to fitting to the wall. To get the 925 by 925 measurements of this cabinet, you measure from here to here and from here to here, and that gives you a 925 by 925 square.